Hello and welcome to Prayers from the Fenlands. You join me here today at St Gilbert and St Hugh for a service special featuring the Revd Ian Walters. Please join me.
This little church here in Gosberton Clough. In April 2020, the main lockdown had just begun, and at about that time, this little church featured on the repair shop programme on BBC TV. And the reason was that these glorious golden angels here had been sent down to them to restore, and they came back to us with a film crew, and they filmed in this little church. And the story behind these angels is that they were carved by Belgian refugees in the time of the Great War, who, because of their own homeland had been devastated by the war, had come here, living in the Spalding area. And they did many works for local churches, of which these are a small example. But in these villages, over the past year, things like with you two in your area were badly affected by what was happening. There were people isolating at home who couldn't go out for all sorts of reasons. In fact, very few people could go out. Some people were really suffering. And I had a phone call from someone in Gosberton village who said, why don't we increase the size of our little food bank and make it something really big for the community? So with a lot of very good, keen helpers from the local community, that came into being. We had our own Gosberton church-based food bank, and we liaised with local primary schools, and they told us about families in need, and soon we were helping 2 to 3 dozen families during the lockdown time. This was just one example really of how the community pulled together. And we were trying to identify those who were badly hit, who needed help, and the local community action team, which we have based in Gosberton also, was trying to do all it could to help those in need. It was one example of how the community pulled together. And of course, for some months we couldn't open this little church, but when we could, we did have services with the usual restrictions that we had to apply. But people were very anxious to come and to be together and to see each other and to pray together and worship together. And this was so important for us. We couldn't sing, but of course we were banned from singing, but we had some wonderful music played to us by some good musicians. And it all helped us, encouraged us in our lives. But I'm very mindful, this little church is named after St Gilbert of Sempringham, who, in his day, was one of the most important men in the whole of England. And it's said that he lived to be 106, and that was he lived in what became Sempringham Abbey, which is just a walk across the fens from where we are at the moment. And but in his final year, when he did his final speech to the community, he talked about lives lived for God. That's a phrase that's really stuck with me. Lives lived for God. And many have taken the past year very badly for all sorts of reasons. But we want to work to give people hope and to increase their faith in the living God. Jesus spoke of the Holy Spirit that his Father in heaven promised. He spoke of this shortly before his ascension into heaven. May that Holy Spirit that encourages us and comforts us and inspires and equips us, equips so many to do great things, bless you, and may we all have that fullness of life that Jesus wants for us at this time of Pentecost and always.
I hope you enjoyed today's special episode. I'd like to give thanks to the Revd Ian Walters for making this video possible. If you like this video or any of the other videos, click the like button, hit subscribe, where you'll receive notifications of other videos as they come along. You can also access our website via the link at the bottom of the page. Thank you for joining us here today on Prayers from the Fenlands. Till next time, goodbye.